What is up, folks, and welcome to the BJT show where I talk about sports, media, entertainment, and such things. I'm your host, Byron, and in this episode, I have a very special guest. He plays safety for UCLA and he just declared for the draft. So, KJ Wallace, thank you for joining me.
So, Byron, bro, appreciate you having me on here, man. I'm excited.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, getting straight into it, what was playing high school football like for you?
Playing high school football was fun for me. I went to the Lovett School here in Atlanta. I had a good time. I say playing high school football for me, looking back on it, was really just, I don't know, me flying around, me having fun, me running around and just kind of playing a game like I got used to when I was a little kid. I don't think it really I don't think it really like tried. I don't think I really tried to get too serious mentally about it until probably about like my junior year. That was around the time when I was getting ready to commit to Notre Dame. I just wanted to make sure like I had all my like ends tied or whatever what I was doing. But college football, I mean not college football, but high school football was fun. Had a lot of fun being around my friends. Playing for the school. Had a good time.
So, you were a four-star recruit coming out of high school. What was that whole, recruitment process like for you?
I actually started very early. I got my first offer going into ninth grade, which at that time seemed a little crazy. But I guess if you look at the high school football landscape now, it's pretty commonplace. Um, but okay, so it was it was hectic early on, and I think because of that, I knew I was like I wanted to get it over as soon as possible. Like I didn't want to be in my senior year taking visits and doing all these things and still going to camps and stuff like that unless it was like a Nike camp or anything or something big, you know what I'm saying? So I did my due diligence like my freshman and sophomore year, visiting, going to different camps, doing different things, you know what I'm saying, seeing as many places as I could. My top three throughout high school really were Stanford, Notre Dame, and Auburn. I really liked Auburn just because I was more of like the at home feel. But something just was kind of telling me, you need to branch out, which in hindsight, I think that was the greatest thing for me. Um, I liked Stanford. I liked Cali. I think it's funny because I ended up in Cali eventually, but Notre Dame ultimately was the best combination of ball in school for me. And, coming from a high school like Lovett, where academics was important, I felt like, that was the best that was the best thing for me. And also too being in the South playing ball, like football something I love. No offense to Stanford or anything like that, but I felt like Notre Dame had more of a football prowess than Stanford. So, that was really just the best of both worlds with ball and school.
What led you to choose Notre Dame?
Yeah, just kind of like I was saying, best combination of ball and school, but also too, like before I went up on campus, I had never really sat down and watched a Notre Dame football game, and I feel like a lot of people have that in common before they commit to Notre Dame. Like you just don't really, I guess up until now, but I never really sat down and watched a full game or really knew too much about it. And it's just something about when I got on that campus, I just vividly remember like kind of falling in love with it and then knowing like just having that feeling like this is the right place for me. And in hindsight, I definitely think that was the right decision coming out of high school.
What was your favorite memory from playing at Notre Dame?
My favorite memory from playing at Notre Dame has to be when we beat Clemson the COVID year. Just because that was a hard season. A lot of guys had no idea what was going on. I don't think the world had any idea what was going on. And it felt like during that season, sports was the only thing that was bringing people together in a time where everyone was told to stay apart. You know what I'm saying? Also, too, Clemson was, I forgot if they were number one that year or when we played them. Because I know we played them again in the ACC Championship. It didn't go too well. But I think when we played them, they're either one or number two. They were highly up there. And we were just kind of trying to send that message like, yeah, we're an independent school, but we can come to the ACC and play this ball too. So I think beating them was probably one of my best memories at Notre Dame, and it was really cool because we shouldn't have did this after the field, but everyone stormed the field and we were all together. You know what I'm saying? It was just that one moment of the year where it felt like it felt some normalcy. And I think it was pretty cool that it all came together because of a football game. So
Yeah, I remember watching the game and it was crazy. Like y'all
yeah,
got the win and everybody's like, "Dang, Notre Dame beat Clemson," and
yeah.
all this kind of stuff. It was like a really big deal. I remember that. So you transferred to Georgia Tech. So what led you to transfer there, and what was that like for you? Sort of being at home in Atlanta playing for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah. So what led me transfer to Georgia Tech was obvious. Just wasn't playing at Notre Dame enough. Um, and like I said, I still to this day think that going to that school out of high school was the best decision I could have possibly made because I think going through up until that point in my life, football was easy. So I really had no problems. Like I played, started as a freshman in high school. Like it wasn't really too much of an issue going through it. But then when I got to Notre Dame, obviously you get into college, everyone's good. There's a lot of talent around the room, and obviously we had first and third round safeties in the room. You know what I'm saying? Corners getting drafted. So and that was good for me. I felt like Notre Dame was a good like preparation grounds for me to prepare me for the rest of my career, for the back half of my college career. So I was able to learn a lot of lessons there and take that from not playing there, obviously. And I had to have that conversation with myself before transferring and just be like, look, is this something you want to do? Because mind you, I'm at Notre Dame. I'm at this point, I know three of my lifelong friends. I have a lot of friends just at the school, saying on the team. Like socially, I'm enjoying it. At the time, I had a girlfriend. Like everything was smooth. It was just football. And I had to ask myself, I'm um, like, is this something I want to do? Like, I could just keep having fun, keep doing what I'm doing, or I got to put myself through some ringer. You know what I'm saying? To go and chase my dream. And ultimately, I had to ask myself that question, and the ultimate answer was yes. Ball is what I wanted to do. At the end of the day, coming to college, I wanted to, chase this dream of going to the NFL, or at least at the time, minimum playing and starting in college football. You know what I'm saying? Because at that time, NFL was just so far, but now it was like at that time it was like I just want to play, I want to start, right? So got in the portal, which was interesting. That felt like real free agency. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just kind of like texting coaches. I had somebody put some practice because I didn't, mind you, I didn't have a whole lot of film either. So I had to put like practice film together, a few game clips that I had somebody put that together, was sending it out to coaches, emailing coaches on Twitter. It was the same thing back in high school again. You know what I'm saying? So doing that whole thing, um, ended up walking on at Georgia Tech, which is crazy. Ended up walking on at Georgia Tech. Had about three or four guys ahead of me at the depth chart, and that was a very much like that was a gritty time in my life. I felt like I had to move back in. Move back into my dad's house. Was commuting to school. Didn't know nobody. Was there like on a mission. I'm like, dog, I gotta come here. I gotta start because at that time I was graduating from Notre Dame in the summer of 22, but I was also taking summer classes at Georgia Tech the summer of 22. So I'm doing that, walking on. So I'm taking like 20 credits, walking on that same summer, and it was like one of these things where it was like, if I don't, if I'm not starting by game one and I don't have a scholarship, then I'm just not gonna play anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not because I wasn't gonna be able to pay for school, so it wasn't like um, it's just I wasn't gonna play anymore. So my time was just gonna run up. I was gonna take my Notre Dame degree and just what I'm saying, go about my way. Um, but put in the grind, put in the work, put in the effort, had faith in myself, man, and made it shake. Got my scholarship right before the first week of Clemson. Started 2 seasons there, and Georgia Tech was special for me because again, everything just feels like it's just preparing me more and more for where I'm going. God always puts you in certain places for certain reasons, and um, Georgia Tech was special because I had the support of my family there, but I also had to learn how to be a starter. You know what I'm saying? I was fortunate to learn how to be a starter, learn how to be a team leader, learn how to be a locker room guy, learn how to be somebody that the team could depend on. You know what I'm saying? Day in and day out, game in and game out. So um, Tech was special. It was cool too because like a lot of my friends from high school were coming back, and I also had new friends at Tech, new friends in Atlanta, and everything was just kind of mixing together, and it was just all a lot of people were able to come see me. So Tech was a special place for me.
Yeah, definitely. That walk-on grind is no joke at all.
Yeah, nah,
Period.
yeah.
What was it like for you at Georgia Tech with that new regime of coaches coming in and sort of kind of shifting the culture? Because, Georgia Tech now, they're a really good team. And I know they've had some coaching changes the last couple years, but now it's a bit more, I guess, consistent there now.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is Key's uh, This is Key's third year there, and you know what Key has going on there is great. I think he's definitely done a lot of culture shifting there. I mean, I experienced it after after he took over after Game Five my first season. Um, I think what they have going on there is great, and obviously Key being from the Saban tree, he's got some of the secrets from that. But yeah, I mean, I like even this season. Like watching them do what they did in some of the games, especially in the Miami games. Like, I talk to them boys all the time. I had no question when they would play these teams, like who was going to come out on top, because we just loved. It was something about being in the locker room. We just love being an underdog. We love being an underdog. We love the big games. We love the fact that people would come to Bobby Dodd and be like, "Oh, we're such and such. We're going to beat you because it's just Georgia Tech. They've been 3-9 for so long, 3-9 for so long, and it's just I could really tell the locker room was feeding off that stuff. So um, I had no like questions when they were playing Miami, when they were playing UNC. Like I had no questions, and I think that just attributes to the type of people that are on the team, but also the type of people that are within the staff, and that's the trainers, the coaching staff, and then it's the AD, all these people. You know what I'm saying? Like all these people are very hardworking people, and they do what has to get done a lot of times. So yeah, I definitely think that's the culture shift at Georgia Tech right now, and it's a lot of it is also too like a mindset where, where do they want to be as a program, and 3-9 and being down is not where people wanted to be, So I think right now we're just seeing like the culmination of work over the past couple of seasons, and now Tech's at a new platform, and now from here they're trying to up that. So
You played your last college football season at UCLA in California. What was it like playing for such a historic team?
um, it was cool. It was a great experience. I had a good time. Not just because of the school, but obviously just the fact I'm in LA. I got used to the weather. I got used to the beach. I got used to the great food. I kind of feel like LA, in a sense, adopted me a little bit, or maybe I wasn't. Maybe I kind of grew towards LA a little bit. I don't know, one of the two. But UCLA in itself was a great experience. I met a lot of great people there. I had a lot of good times there, and I think even though the season may not have went how we felt like it should have record wise. I think we learned a lot this season. I definitely think we laid a good foundation down for the program going forward in the Big Ten. Um, me personally, like I feel like I didn't get too much into the history of the school like until I was getting ready to leave, but it is kind of crazy to hear the type of alumni that went to UCLA and that walked the same grounds that I walked. Um, and just the impact they had on their various sports. You talk about like someone like Jackie Robinson. That's an amazing feat from all sports. Like some of the things like they talk about Jackie Robinson, I just thought were really just lies, to be honest. But he really was a premier athlete to kind of like set the grounds for athletes to come. So I thought UCLA was a great experience, and I really, honestly, to this day, I still try to go back and learn about some of the history that UCLA had. Because to be honest, I was only there for January to December, so 11 months at most. So I really didn't feel like I got a full amount of time to immerse myself in what UCLA had to offer. But I did a pretty good job while I had the time.
Yeah, being in California playing football at UCLA, it's like an episode of All American or something like that.
Yeah, low key. I mean, they filmed it there, so yeah.
How was it for you handling sort of the attention on and off the field that comes with being a football player at UCLA? Were you like what they describe as like a big man on campus or any of that kind of stuff?
No, all my class. So I mean, like obviously you have friends, you have people. Uh, what should I think of this? You have friends, you have people that you obviously know or associated with. I wouldn't say I was a big man on campus by any means, just because UCLA is in LA, right? And that's funny I say it like that because Foster did that one thing at the press conference is like, we're in LA. But literally, the fact that we're in LA, everyone's doing something. Like, everyone's doing whatever they want to do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that UCLA isn't a football school. Some would argue that it's not, which I could see that, but at the same time, it's because of the fact that we're in LA. There's so much to do, and there's so many different things. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, football's important. Obviously, people pay attention to it, but LA was UCLA was the one school I was at where I felt like it wasn't the pressure didn't come too much from the students. You know what I'm saying? Um, the students that paid attention and like UCLA football liked UCLA football and paid attention. Other than that, you'd be walking around campus and it's just people doing what they want to do. You know, it's LA. Like there's people out there trying to get modeling careers, shopping, doing this, that, and the other, making TikToks, blah, blah, blah. Like it's just a complete playground of whatever you feel like doing. Um, but as far as like handling the on and off the field, I think the one thing that I had to, and again, preparing me with each step, just for what's to come. I feel like the one thing I had to do at UCLA is like learn how to focus, but then also learn how to deal with other things outside of ball. And like I had to learn how to compartmentalize is the word, really. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously I've been doing that since our freshman year of college was school and football, but now when you go to UCLA, it's school, football, LA. You know what I'm saying? So I had to learn how to compartmentalize with all three of those things and kind of just take each day in its stride and understand what's important and what my priorities are. You know what I'm saying? Um, so I think that's what LA really helped me out with, and I'm grateful for that.
Nice, nice. I know, like with those California teams, say USC, like back in the early 2000s, and like when they were sort of at like the height of everything, they were
Yeah,
saying like, yeah, they're in the club with these different celebrities and they're college football players. It's like the college football players are the celebrities and they're hanging out with the actors and all this other stuff, and it's just like
yeah.
kind of like mind-boggling, seeing all that, especially for a college athlete.
I mean, LA is wild. Like I have a list on my phone of all the celebrities I've seen just on UCLA's campus. Like, for example, I met Novak Djokovic like within the first month I was there, and like that's an international superstar. Do you see what I'm saying? Like DK Metcalf trains there all the time. Like it's just a bunch of dudes that just be coming to LA, UCLA's campus just to train, and like would go to practice or would come in the morning for meetings, and I'm scootering past Russell Westbrook, and I'd be like, "Yo, what up, Brody?" And he's just like, "What up?" Like it's just stuff like that. You kind of just at first you're like, "Ooh, are you serious?" But then once you get used to it, it's cool, and like you just realize, just like regular people, you know what I'm saying? Everyone's just a regular person today doing what they do.
That's really cool for sure. I'm sure like a lot of celebrities go there. I know they like to use the facilities. Some pro athletes like to use the facilities and the turf
Yeah,
field, and you see a lot of like hype videos in the off season, and they're at UCLA training and stuff like that. So I
I
think that's
mean,
pretty cool.
and it makes sense too. It's by far, mm, yeah, it might be by far probably the most beautiful campus I've been on. And that's like hard to say because Notre Dame is up there too, and even Tech. Like Tech is really, I don't know if a lot of people. I mean, I feel like a lot of people don't know or give Tech credit as far as campus wise, but it's a really nice campus. Like it's a very modern campus. It looks very nice, right in the middle of the city. Like night games are really cool because you got the city and you got the Pencil Building, all that just over the top of the stadium with all the lights and stuff. But I don't know, UCLA, that sun, the Rose Bowl. It was nice. It was nice every day. I can't lie. So
You had a really good season this year. I think you had 9 or 10 passes defended, and you had I want to say 30 plus tackles or 40 plus tackles or something like that. And
mhm.
you recently declared for the 2025 NFL Draft. So, what are you most looking forward to about the pre and post draft process?
Really, I don't even know if looking for is the question anymore. I'm doing it now. I feel like this is more. This is probably the. I've always been chasing this dream, like low key, like indirectly, I guess, because you got the steps beforehand. But now that I'm in the pre-draft process, now I'm like really understanding what it feels like to chase this dream and really put all my all into it. And really, what I'm most grateful for at this point, not excited, but I'm grateful for is that the fact that it allows me to just mold and just keep polishing myself as a man. You know what I'm saying? Like you really, really trying to make this thing happen and really, you know, waking up every day and trying to become the best version of myself physically, not only physically, but mentally, spiritually, all that. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like at the end of the day, like there is no losing with this process. I'm excited to see. what teams seeing me, what teams believe in me. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited to join some of my homeboys in the league who've been doing their thing so far. Like I'm excited to really just put on and really just start doing this thing and really trying to show people that give inspiration, give hope, show people that it's obtainable, you know what I'm saying? It's not too far to reach. And I guess post draft, I'm just excited. I love playing football. I love playing football. I love what this game has given me. I love what this game does for me on the daily. I love the challenge that it gives me. I love just the people that I've met, the places that I've been. I have a lot of gratitude for football, and I'm just excited to keep it going. God willing, wherever that is, um, and God willing, it just keeps going as long as God wanted to for me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just excited for it all. To be honest, whatever's coming my way, I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I mean, there's some teams in the NFL that need some safety help. So who
Yeah,
knows?
yeah, yeah. Yeah. Nickel help too. That's what I play too. I play nickel safety. So
Yeah, definitely. You've played on teams with a lot of great players. Like on Notre Dame, you played with players like Kyle Hamilton, Sean Crawford, and so many other players that ended up in the NFL. And then
yeah,
with Georgia Tech, you played with a lot of good players. And then UCLA, you played with a lot of good players. So, who's the best player that you've been on a team with, and who's the best player that you've played against?
yeah. That's a good question. So that's hard to like narrow it down to one. I would say at Notre Dame, top two players I played with, Kyle's up there for sure, and I would say Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah played for the Browns. Those are two guys that stick out in my head just because of the impact they would have play in and play out. You know what I'm saying? A lot of like offenses really had to plan for what they were about to do in the game. Um, Also, too, at UCLA, I'm not gonna lie, Carson Schlesinger played linebacker for us this year. And that dude was just flying around, just would make plays all around the field, and he just was a all around talent to me. So I will put them up there. As far as who's the best I've played against, I think that's an interesting question because my first three, I didn't really play that too much, right? My first 3 seasons of college football, I didn't really play too much. So I'm gonna just go off of who I've physically played against. Um, because we played a lot of people at Notre Dame. Like we played that team where it had like Mac Jones, Devontae Smith, Najee Harris. You know what I'm saying? So I played against. I've seen a lot of people being at Notre Dame, but in the back 3 seasons, I would say probably say Josh Downs was good. He was smooth, and I think that was more the fact that I had to prepare the most for him. I feel like. That year they had Drake May, him and Drake May. I'd say Josh Downs. I'd say like with Kobe Hudson and Javon Baker. We had to see them a couple of times at UCF. Smooth, they run good routes. And I guess I'm talking straight receivers right now because that's what I'd be physically facing. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll give yeah, I'd probably say them three.
With you being a defensive back, you played against a lot of good receivers, like you were saying, like Josh Downs. I think he's an Indianapolis Colt right now.
Yeah,
So shout out to the Colts. That's my favorite team. All love to them, even though they got to do a little bit better than what they have been doing. But I like to ask DBs that come on the show. This question is like a joke. But do you think you can guard me
you? Yes,
one on one in the slot?
anywhere.
Outside, inside,
Outside,
out the
inside,
backfield, whatever?
that don't matter.
Okay, okay, okay. I dig it. I dig it. I dig it. I mean, I, I think I'm good for maybe
I'm not
like
gonna lie,
two
I didn't know
two
where he was going with
catches.
that. I didn't know where he was going with that question, but my answer is just hell yeah. Anywhere, don't matter.
I feel that. I think if it's like 8 reps, I think I'm good for like 2 or 3 catches. So I may not go very far with them, but I think I'll get like 2 or 3.
You might get some little like some BS, like a little slant or something. You know what I'm saying? I might be playing off at like 5, but yeah, anywhere.
I feel.
Yeah.
If
I don't know
there's
what I don't know where he was. I don't know where he was going with that question, but yeah, I thought she was gonna ask me like, "What's the hardest receiver you guarded?" or something like that. But yeah, okay, bet. Yeah, no, hell no, you're not catching that.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah,
So with the NFL draft coming up, Was there ever been like a team that's like, wow, I really want that team to draft me, or I would really love to play for this team, or does it really matter?
Honestly, bro, whoever give me an opportunity, I'm cool with. Um, I mean, obviously the two teams I would love to play for, are like either the Ravens or the Chargers, just because my best friends are there. I think that'd be pretty full circle if that happened. But I'm not tripping. If any 32 of the teams give me an opportunity, I'm cool with it.
So now for this portion of the interview, I want to ask like random rapid fire questions.
That's cool.
What's your favorite movie?
Interstellar,
Favorite candy?
pretzel M&Ms.
Good one, good one. That's a good
I
one.
guess. Yeah, I guess.
That's a sleeper. People don't know. People don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Who's your favorite musical artist?
Uh, it's probably gonna honestly. He's probably number one for me. Probably some most of his music.
With you being from Atlanta, what's the most Atlanta thing that you do?
Listen to music out loud on my phone with
Oh,
no headphones. And you know exactly what I mean when I say that.
oh man! So you're walking around with like the phone to your ear,
I
just
do.
vibing.
If I'm in the training room, and some people used to get mad at me too. It's like when I was in the training room, I'd be like doing my whatever, my little exercise and stuff, and it's just music out loud. That's some Atlanta, some Atlanta stuff.
Oh
And to
yeah,
be honest,
definitely.
as bad is, I'll see somebody doing that in Atlanta and get annoyed, but I do it. So it's just yeah,
It can be in the grocery store, on the bus somewhere, pregame,
anywhere, sidewalk,
facilities,
terrible.
training.
Yeah, it's annoying because like who else wants to listen to your music?
Oh, for real.
Yeah.
And speaking of Atlanta again, do you like chicken wings?
Okay. Previously, yes, lemon pepper for sure. But honestly, I've been eating more pescatarian the past almost 2 years at this point, so I don't really eat chicken wings too much. But if I do, lemon pepper, blue cheese.
Lemon pepper blue cheese?
Yeah,
Nice, nice. A lot of people hate on blue cheese though. People were
I
like,
like blue
ew, no,
cheese.
I
It's
don't want no
smooth.
blue
I mean, like I'll
cheese.
do ranch too, but I like blue cheese too.
Fair, fair.
Yeah.
What's the nicest thing someone has done for you?
Oh wow. Um, the nicest thing someone's done for me. That's not a rapid question. That's like a deep question.
I mean, still though,
Okay. Yeah.
anything.
Shit. Ever?
Just it doesn't have to be like ever, but what's
Oh
something
yeah.
someone has done that's nice for you, just that you can think of off the top of your head?
Oh yeah. Oh, my mom gave me a Publix gift card the other day, which is really nice because being out of college, paying for food all the time can get annoying. So she gave me a Publix gift card, which is cool. Bought some groceries with that. That was 3 days ago.
Adulting is no joke, so a Publix gift card is definitely a major thing. I feel like as I get older, and other people get older, being in college and being out of college, it's stuff like that that's like the really big gifts, like
Yeah,
Publix gift card, groceries, toilet tissue or toilet paper or
you
whatever,
feel me? Like
paper
socks.
towels,
Like I'm at the age
socks.
now where I like
Exactly,
socks. If you buy me socks,
exactly,
I'm cool. Yeah,
for sure, for sure. Well, folks, hope y'all enjoyed the episode. Shout out to KJ Wallace. Thank you for being here, KJ.
appreciate you having me on, dog.
Be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at BJT_era. That'll be in the description box. You can follow KJ on his social medias as well. Those will be in the description box also. Shout out to all the sponsors. Shout out to everybody that's been tuning in. I really appreciate it. And like I always say, hope you have a good one and peace out.